Hey, Artnerds! In another Artist Reviews Mechanical Pencils, I talked about the Papermate Clearpoint. I also reviewed the Papermate Clearpoint Colored Lead. Today we're going to be talking about the new Papermate Clearpoint body, and we're going to be comparing this new body against the old one. So on the left is the new body. On the right is a pack of Papermate Clearpoint Colored Lead pencils. In the new package, we have two pencils. These are 0.7 millimeter lead. That's my preference when it comes to mechanical leads because I'm heavy-handed. When I'm reviewing these mechanical pencils, I'm checking breakability, I'm checking how well the eraser erases, I'm checking how comfortable they are in the hand, as well as lead advancement and how comfortable that is. And I'm comparing it against my 20 plus years of drawing and comics experience. So in the package, you receive two replacement erasers should your twist up eraser happen to run out. We've got loads of information on the back of the package as well as on the Online Papermate doesn't seem to make a whole lot of distinction between the new body and the old body, and I purchased this 2-pack as well as the Colored Lead 4-pack at the Luling Walmart. And both of these use 0.7 lead. Now, generally, I'm not going to review the leads in these reviews because I generally prefer to use my own leads and I prefer to use my own colored leads. So unless I state otherwise, I'm not really looking at the lead itself, but the comfort and the usability of these pencils. And I'm coming from this at an angle of someone who teaches younger children, someone who has arthritis and is only 34 years old, and somebody who had writing difficulties and has a younger brother who has writing difficulties. So I'm really looking for pencils that are great for younger users, that are going to be easier for people with arthritis to use, and that are going to have some sort of comfort, grip, or accessibility issue with these. Or I'm sorry, not accessibility issue, accessibility feature with these. So here we have the new bodies compared to the older bodies. The newer bodies are slightly smaller than the older bodies, and both body types feature a twist-up eraser. So I'm using the colored lead pencils for the comparison, and I'll link down in the description below where I compare the colored lead pencils against the original Papermate Clearpoints. And these have been on the market for a really long time. I was using Papermate Clearpoints way back when I was in high school. So the new body no longer has a side advancement, it has back advancement. If you guys saw the last review of the Papermate Clearpoint, I found that as I got older, the side advancement actually really gets in the way of my drawing. So I like the back advancement. I find that this is an easier pencil for me to use. As I said earlier, it's slightly smaller than the original body type. The grip curve is actually concave rather than convex. It is lighter in the hand, so for those of you who have trouble with heavier pencils, this could be a good one. And you can see the lead and the eraser through the pencil body. And Walmart didn't have the original in graphite, so that's why we're using the colored leads here. And at the time, I wondered if this was a replacement for the original or an addition to the lineup. It doesn't seem to be a replacement. We seem to get just as much eraser in the new body as we did in the old, and there's a metal shaft to help protect the lead when it's advanced. So for the writing test, I'm just going to do a little bit of scribbling and doodling, and I found that it was definitely less bulky than the original. It's lighter and it may use less plastic. So for those of you who are concerned about contributing to plastic waste, this pencil may use less plastic than the original. It writes well. There is some give in the advancement to reduce breaking, but not too much give. So what I mean by give is like when I bear down on the lead, it goes in. It has a little bit of a spring. I find it comparable to the G2 and the Velocity in terms of weight, handling, and grip. And there's a large twist-up eraser, lots of eraser, and that eraser is replaceable. If you want a refill, you can just remove like the back half of this pencil as well. And refilling it seems very easy since you just remove the whole back half. Removing the eraser is not going to allow you to refill it, so you want to remove the whole back half. Next, we're going to do the sketching test, and we're going to use, originally I was going to use this pink colored lead, but I actually had a lot of trouble getting it to work at all. There's something wrong with this pink lead, which is a little bit contradictory to what I found with my first review of the colored lead. So I switched over to orange and I had no problems at all. So compared to the old body, it's much easier in the hand. The grip causes less friction, has a little bit more cushion for me. I prefer the back advancement to the side advancement. The side advancement makes finding a good grip difficult for me in my hand. As I said before, the pink lead was weird. It was too hard and it had no pigmentation. It's so different from my earlier review, but the orange did not cause any of those problems. The new body is comfortable to sketch with. I'll show you that in a minute once I finish doing the sketch with the original body here. Okay, so switching over to the new body, I found the new body is comfortable to sketch with. It handles a lot like an inexpensive Japanese mechanical pencil, and in my opinion, this is awesome. This is in a good way because those are my favorite pencils and I'm always on the lookout for those, and my students happen to prefer drawing and sketching with those pencils as well. I really like the new body. It's comfortable and handles well, but if you want extra cushion, this really isn't going to be your pencil. I found this to be a decent pencil with minimal breaking for sketching, for drawing, and for writing. So this could be a good option if you're a teacher who has students, like particularly in like writing and math classes. If you don't want your students constantly going up to the sharpener, this could be a good option. For me, I like using mechanical pencils just for my drawing. I know that's often not recommended by other artists, but I prefer not having to stop my train of thought in order to sharpen a pencil. So I like mechanical pencils, and then when I teach art, I often teach with mechanical pencils. But I'm always looking for pencils that are going to be easier on my students' hands, and I really try to lead them away from drafting pencils, since the Pentel Graph Gear and then the Pentel Graph Gear 1000 are the reason I have really bad arthritis in my right hand. I figure mechanical pencils, plastic mechanical pencils, are good because the pencil's going to break before it breaks your hand, and I'd way rather break an inexpensive pencil than break my hand. A 2-pack of the old body of Papermate mechanical pencils, which come with 2 replacement erasers and a pack of refill lead, is $4.46 on Amazon. I paid about $5 for these 2 pencils at Walmart, and these are going to be pretty ubiquitous. Papermate Clearpoints can be found at almost any store that has a small stationery section, so you're not going to have to look too hard for them. I'm going to link them down in the description below if you're doing some supply shopping and you'd like to get them now. I also want to point out that I purchased these pencils out of my own pocket in order to review them, and I plan on adding them to my student stash because I think my students will actually enjoy using these, and I think it's going to be easier for me as a teacher to have these in my stash. So I do recommend them to other teachers and to other art teachers. Alright, so that is the brand new body on the Papermate Clearpoint. I like this pencil. I like it a lot better than the old Papermate Clearpoint, and I think you guys will like it too. If you're looking for an inexpensive, easy to use mechanical pencil that has a generous eraser, this could be the pencil for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again in another Artist Reviews Pencils. Bye guys!